Alrighty, let's get back to this. We have the in-game to finish up the Bayonetta Origins. We're gonna, I think we're done. Let's restart. Vorkon and Lucan, the two, had conquered all obstacles and could now be forever. Now could now be together, living happily ever after. Yes. We're gonna do this again. That was me almost dead before I paused the game.
Morgana, you won't stop, will you? But I won't back down.
Good. I get like 2 attacks on it again. That was a little too late. I got 1 attack on that. Range is really short. Got 3 attacks in there. Just gonna shoot lasers. I will say this final boss is probably the hardest in the entire game, easily, like hands down. Maybe I should not move. I just want to like run out there. Trying to get hit with that thing. There's kind of like an edge of the screen there we just hit, which we stand here. Slow. Okay. Restart. I think the hard part is just like getting the animations down, because some of these attacks it's really awkward to like figure out when they're starting and when they're ending. So just getting that down. Try to have a good clean like first phase.
Morgana, you won't stop, will you? But I won't back down.
Leave us there. I think I missed that. So she didn't attack us. Or she missed her attack the first time and then it was the second time. Okay, I got that one. That was a pretty clean one. Okay, now I took her in the second stage. Probably could have got a third shot. Charge me, charge me. She's not half HP now. Oh, that's a really good one. I gotta dodge this one here. Ideally get a wish time. That took her to about 40%? 35%? Not gonna wish time. My strategy there is just to like try to attack her as quickly as you can. Ooh, that's a really tough attack to dodge. Okay, it's just so slow and awkward. Try it again.
Morgana, you won't stop, will you? But I won't back down.
It's really there. Okay, so this is the second stage. Yeah, we really get that up. If you're not like 100% sure, you can always just like kind of hang back and get rid of the attack. That was a pretty good one. do this little like stun attack at the end. Most of her animations. Just have to be kind of careful though. But this one here does give you an indicator. Kind of when to dodge. When she goes into her next phase, you can't actually do any more damage, so basically she'll just stop attack or stop the damage. Take it easy, bro. Got her in the last hit there. Woo.
Goodbye, Morgana.
Cereza! Cheshire! You did the right thing, stopping my mother. It was an honor to meet you both.
It was almost time to say goodbye to Lucan.
I wish we could have become friends.
We did, Cereza, and for that, I am thankful.
Mother and child shared a tender embrace. This was the warmth he had been dreaming of.
thank you for always watching over me, Mother. You can rest now. I'm happy I was able to see your face one last time.
Good night, my son. Sweet dreams.
Cereza did not know where fairy souls went in this chaotic world, but wherever Lucan wound up, she hoped he would find peace. The end had come for Morgana the Witch. Her peaceful expression was replaced by one of agony. It was almost too much to watch. This is the fate that awaits every Umbra Witch. An eternity, wandering the depths of Inferno. Cereza did not look away. She watched as Morgana's soul was dragged to the underworld. Cheshire realized that this unexpected twist of fate had delivered exactly what he sought. A door to Inferno lay before him. But the portal was already growing unstable. It threatened to close at any moment. The journey had left the demon totally exhausted. Struggling to keep his eyes open, he stared pensively at his door home.
That gate will take you back to Inferno. Go on. It'll close soon.
Cheshire looked back at Cereza. His expression said what they were both thinking. If I go back, you'll be all alone.
Even after all we've been through, you're still gonna treat me like a kid? Just wait, I'll be strong enough to summon you myself in no time. You just take it easy for a while, okay?
Cheshire quietly turned back towards the portal.
Chesh! I'm going to keep getting stronger! I promise!
A tremendous sound erupted from the portal, but Cheshire's voice cut through the din. I'd expect nothing less.
And you better be one hell of a ferocious demon next time we meet!
A calm returned to Avalon Forest. As if to wash away the pain of the night, the first rays of dawn enveloped Cereza, bathing her in their warmth.
Yeah, so it was a nice ending. I guess it was about fairly predictable ending. I mean, I don't know what else we could have expected of, but it was so good. I will say the last about. Well, I don't think we're quite done yet, but yeah, the last half an hour of the game was. Last like chapter of the game, or last like I guess phase or whatever we want to call it, was pretty intense.
I knew you'd make it.
Very different than every other part of the game. More like a traditional Bayonetta Origin game. I think it was a fun game. It was very, it was, you know, single player story based game, very artsy. It was very fun. I want to get 100% in this game.
Looks like you'll be fine on your own, Cereza.
Sean, oh, thank you. I'll see you again when this is over. I did it, Mother. I'm a witch. I'm strong, and I'll get stronger. You don't need to worry anymore.
Cereza. You have grown into a splendid witch, Cereza. You are going to be just fine.
Once a regular nightmare, after that day, Cereza never saw that dream again. Meetings and farewells. Thinking of the promise she made to her friend, Cereza knew that she had gained something irreplaceable. The night was young. Cereza set off on her next adventure, the pale moon lighting her way.
Alright, very nice. That was the end of Cereza Lost Origins, at least as far as the story goes. And we'll go back and see. There is actually a significant part of the game we have not beaten. It was a very, very fun game. I'm glad I played that to completion, or to the story mode. Those of you who will be watching this, all the credits, because I seem no way to skip through it. I was trying to see what kind of dance that was. It's kind of like ballet. It's like you see the... Not really. Yeah, definitely you see like some ballet elements to it. I know that because I dance a lot of ballet. It almost feels like more modern. Maybe like liturgical even. I don't have any skipping through this. I apologize for that. I could just exit out of the game, but I think that would delete my progress. So we'll have to wait through this. Watch this complete, and then we will check and see if there is a new game plus mode, or at least go back to the game that we were working on, and check and see what extra stuff I can complete now that we have all of the abilities with the Cheshires. And the game does warn you, basically right before you enter the final, like, end of the game where you do a lot of, like, action-based sequences and stuff. It does say, you're nearing the end of your adventure. Basically, kind of like, this is like the turn back moment. Because this is like the point of no return, so there are no save points once you enter the final, like, section of the game, if you will. And that, I guess that's kind of the cue to, like, make sure you get 100% of the game and then complete the game. But, yeah. We'll go back and see if it does let us continue with this file. Otherwise, we may be restarting right before the final boss. I'm curious to see what's gonna happen here. But we do have to watch this lovely cutscene here, this long ending sequence. Doing some arabesques there. Pombe Potiphar arabesque, a little bit of turns, and then ending in what would be kind of like a day tornado and Susu. Outsourcing manager, that's what a role. Development support. Shinji Takemiya. They're mostly Japanese names, so they're hard to pronounce, but development supports. Suki, Kitaba, development support, Taka. There's quite a few people in the development support group. Special thanks, Hidetashi Kai, Tamaharu Nakada. Thank you, Tatsumi Inu, Kicha Hiraka. Okay, I can't say it that fast. Voice cast. There were, how many voices were in this game? 1, 2, 3, at least 4. But there were one person voiced over quite a few things, so 4 different voices. Narrator, Angus, Ikuku, Tani, Jenny Lee. Jenny Lee, I think, did most of the voice acting that you're gonna hear. But Rosa, Suku Tanaka, Jennifer Hill, Morgana, Lucan. And there's the crazy Puka. And you have the different sprites for the different shades. Wisps, all the different, yeah, right, not shades, wisps. I think that question mark was actually the shade of Morgana. Interesting, recorded in London. Los Angeles and London production, orchestra, score. Going too fast, I can't read it. Full cello, choir, mixing engineer. Yeah, so obviously a lot of work goes into these games. What the 1954? I wanted to, was that like a remake of the song then? I wanted to go back and read that. There are a lot of credits here. I can't skip any of them. I guess that they did that too on purpose. It's like, nope, you're gonna watch all of them. If you're curious to know how long it took me to beat this game, I will look at my endgame time. I want to say it was about, well, maybe closer to 20 hours. Maybe like something like 18 hours. Yeah, I'll have to look at my total time spent, but I think it was something like 18 hours. Animation Cafe Inc. Animation. AT Ballet art. So yeah, a lot of it is inspired by Ballet, as you can see. Actually curious. I want to look it up real quick. What does AT Ballet Arts do? A.T. I don't see anything. Nothing pops up. Anyway. We'll let this run through here. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go mute my mic, so just let this run through and then I'll be back momentarily here. 1 second.
The end.
The end. Man, that looks good. That looks really good. That clean animation there. After what was probably a good 15 minutes of animation. Or, cutscenes rather. Credits. Okay, completion bonus. Congratulations, you can now select difficulty starting a new game. Select difficulty starting a new game. Play a special story with Jaina. Access the costume menu. Alrighty, let's do that. New costume. Receive the right eye costume. Bookmark. Select a slot to save your clear data in. You can still play from this file to find more secrets or complete unfinished areas. Select a slot to save your data. So we are at 72%. This is when we finish up. We'll probably set our clear data in this final slot here, and I'll just go ahead and like keep the first one, delete it. We'll delete the first one for like new games and things. I guess it only gives you 5 save slots, which is unfortunate. So this will be our in-game like plus kind of stuff. That gives you a 78% completion. The story's creators. Wait, is that just the 15-minute cutscene that we watched? I think it is. So in case you didn't get enough of that, we can watch it again. Which we're not gonna do. We could. And now take a look at Cereza's story. Jaina's tale, really. Jaina's tale, game will save automatically at certain points, so there's no manual saving that's not available.
We have heard the tale of an unlikely friendship between a young witch and a lost demon. But there is a secret chapter hidden in its pages that remains untold.
Ooh.
This is a story of 2 young witches who are joined by a powerful bond. From this time forth, it must forever remain a secret, never to be repeated.
Am I back in the forest? Huh? Cheshire? Huh. Where am I? Cheshire? Cheshire, where are you?
trapped within a strange void. Cereza had been petrified by a mysterious force. And as for Cheshire, he was nowhere to be seen. Could this too have been the work of the fairies?
It's possible.
My thanks. The fairy's power resonated through my memories to guide me here. I'm surprised that one so young was able to resist my power, but I should have before long.
Cereza! Oh no. I figured she could handle that forest without my help. But this power is unlike anything I've ever felt before. It goes against all Umbran teachings. But I have no choice.
For years, this young girl had protected Cereza, always being sure to watch over her from afar. Her name was Jeanne, and she too was an Umbra witch, just beginning her training. Unlike Cereza, Jeanne lived in the Umbra witch village. Though forbidden, she often snuck out to meet her rival. The two never missed a chance. Jeanne had been warned about the risks of soul projection, but that stayed her hand nary a moment. For she aspired to surpass Cereza and become the strongest of all the Umbra witches, a goal that allowed no room for cowardice.
I swear, that girl likes to keep me busy.
Jeanne's technique split her soul from her body. She flew towards Avalon Forest.
I'm sure of it now. Something is afoot in this forest. And it's not just the fairies. Cereza, where are you?
Jeanne had successfully arrived in Avalon. The forest air was tinged with a vile presence.
So this is the infamous fairy forest. But there's something else here. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, so this is like an extra story, bonus story, whatever you want to call this.
The Elder would really give me an earful if she knew I was here. Whatever. I'm used to her lectures.
Figure that real quick. You unlock most of the abilities, looks like this Cereza has.
Cereza, where are you? That girl. Always getting herself into trouble.
Out there? No, okay.
What is that?
As Jeanne proceeded through the woods, she noticed something.
Is that Cereza's stuffed cat? She must be in trouble. I knew it! As I thought, this is no fairy magic.
Who are you? Cheshire's voice alarmed John.
Who's there? Show yourself!
Don't play dumb. You trapped me in here, didn't you? Cheshire said as he struggled, but it took all his strength just to keep from being swallowed. He could barely move an inch.
You're... a demon? What are you doing there? Where's Cereza?
Cereza? How do you know the girl? Eyes narrowed. Cheshire studied John with new interest.
I'm an Umbra witch. Apprentice. Jean, I've come to save Cereza. What have you done with her? Get out here and explain yourself!
Oh, like I know where that brat is. Cheshire said, trying unsuccessfully to hide the desperation in his voice.
Wait, a demon? Here? Did Cereza summon you?
Jean knew Cereza well. Seeing the demon-possessed stuffed cat, she instantly grasped the situation. She thought for a moment, then had a truly devilish idea.
I've a proposition for you, demon. I'll get you unstuck. But in return, you help me find Cereza.
Find Cereza? The demon eyed John suspiciously.
That's the deal. If you say you'll help me, I'll move you to a body in a less precarious position. I have just the thing.
Jean produced a stuffed animal of her own. A handsome red stuffed cat. Compared to Cheshire's tattered felt, its velvet fur had a rich sheen. Nevertheless... Like I trust a human. You're all the same. You won't trick me! Cheshire barked at Jean.
Fine by me. Best of luck, then.
Jean turned her back on the prideful demon and prepared to set off on her own. Wait! Cheshire yelled, unable to conceal his distress. And with good reason. In a moment he would be sucked into that void for good. All right, let me into that blasted cat. But if this is a trick, your lunch. The demon reluctantly agreed to Jean's plan.
Very well, demon. Now, into the vessel you go! To think this would come in handy here. Demon, speak your name.
I don't have one. The demon showed his gratitude the only way he knew how. An angry roar.
I see. Then I shall call you Charles.
Charles? Perhaps the demon had grown more attached to the name Cheshire than he cared to admit.
What's the fuss? Any name will do, right? Off we go now, Charles. We've no time to waste.
Thrown by Jenna. Jenna can also use EL to perform a thrown by Jenna's versions of spells a massive area of effect that binds all enemies inside of it. Thrown by Jenna. Her spell has a long cooldown after each cast, but when used against a large group, results will be devastating.
That was sooner than expected. I've held up my end of the bargain. Now earn your keep.
Cheshire was not fond of his new name, but now was not the time. Any protest would have to wait. Thus began Jean and Jean and Charles' search for Cereza.
I wonder how long this is. I think a much shortened version of the adventure that you went on. But still have a lot of the same elements.
My brave friend, leave now. I implore you.
Can I get through here? Okay, we're connecting.
Charles, was that you just now?
Can you look through? Okay, so I do like in here. I'm assuming we jump over that lily out there. That's a different way to go. I can't seem to get Charles to do its thing. Grab my lily bud.
What are these cracks? Fairy tricks? What is this place? The fairy stench is overwhelming.
Yes, this place is always crawling with them. Perfect for a quick snack. The demon had learned a few things on his journey, so he took this opportunity to show off.
Yeah, it's just about being efficient. I mean, dying isn't really a concern too much. It's more about just how quickly we can pick in.
Amazing.
Alright, let's go. There we go.
You know that little crybaby. Charles eyed Jean suspiciously as he spoke.
Crybaby? Oh, you mean Cereza. She may blubber from time to time, but look past the tears and you'll find a truly spectacular power. Cereza and I have a duty to become stronger. We must protect the legacy of the Umbra.
I've seen puzzles from previously. Everybody? I'm also wondering how much it matters to actually collect anything here because I don't think you can upgrade your character. Flood right there. Out of magic. Okay. Probably not the fastest way to do that. It's okay. It's not really giving us vitality increases, which is fine. That's good for us. We already have all the upgrades for Cheshires. Good, follow where the game takes us.
That said, well, I'm not surprised you summoned a demon into a stuffed cat. And I dare say, you seem to like it.
Like it? I'm counting down the seconds till she gets me back to Inferno. Jean thought that Charles's felt cheeks looked more red than usual.
Cereza. She's close
Can't
by.
get in
I
there.
can feel it. But where?
Charles heard Jean, but said nothing. Deep down, worry weighed heavy on his heart. He let out a sigh.
Okay, a little bit more and then turn slightly. No, without jumping. Okay. Turn this way, bro. I need him to hit this with the water. I think he has to go over there for that to happen. A little bit closer.
Go any farther, and You will regret it.
Who's there?
Victor and Anon. Most of these just end up being boss gauntlets, but there are a couple that are like actually puzzles that are quite hard, or at least very interesting. I'm starting to see advanced clues. Or they aren't all like that. Well, let's go. I'd like to get rid of this shield first. Get that comes up for me. Another interesting thing is I don't actually have that upgrade on my on the main game. But it still lets me do it here, so it must be just like max upgrades everything. I can't see the animation I could have had on this one. Oh, don't hit me. Hit the cat. I'm not sure what's my favorite elemental. I like the fire one, obviously. Water is probably like the most fun, just to shoot people with water. Like as far as like animations and stuff go, I like the tree, or grass, or whatever you want to call it. This is like a long cutscene here that you have to sit through every time you break one of these. There's nothing you can do to get top of it. It's just gonna happen. I can't get it there.
I take no joy in watching you die. Once was enough.
You're hiding Cereza, aren't you? Where is she?
Jean's voice echoed through the still forest. Whatever lay ahead would change her fate forever. Jean could not shake this feeling. An inexplicable fear began to swell inside her.
magic, bro. There we go. The fights can get a bit chaotic as there's like a lot of stuff going on, but generally all you have to really focus on is just find the enemies. And the void attacks with your Cereza or Jean, and use your cat to attack.
Wait.
You have to...
The crack's here. I can feel Cereza from the other side.
What? The demon's eyes grew wide. What lay waiting on the other side? Had they finally found Cereza?
Cereza? It's faint, but I can sense her magic. And she's not alone.
Something put Jean's nerves on edge. This presence belonged to no fairy. Look! Over there!
Over there.
Charles had spotted something. Jean followed Charles' gaze. She could see a small figure floating in the distance. It was Cereza. She was unnaturally still, frozen by some unknown power. Jean looked at Cereza's face. It was as pale as ice. So close. Whoever was behind this was determined to keep the girls apart. Charles bared his fangs and began to growl. The source of Jean's unease appeared before them now. He was suspended in the air, like a fell spectre. Fixed by his gaze, neither dared to so much as breathe.
Mutable destiny from her. Bayonetta. What a name. That sounds like a Dark Souls name.
Speaking to me before. Who are you?
So we meet again, my brave friend. Or perhaps introductions are in order. Yes, you may call me he who affirms all phenomena.
My, that's quite a mouthful. You're worse than No Name over there. No matter. Anyone crossing the Umbra will pay!
Arch-Eve Origin. To think that her continued defiance would bring me to this place. A slight miscalculation, but she will be mine soon nonetheless. And then I will affirm my word.
As he spoke, the spectre's eyes grew crazed. They smoldered with a dark energy. But Jean and Charles did not back down.
What absolute poppycock! I won't let you lay a finger on my Umbran sister. Return, Cereza, or prepare to feel the wrath of the Umbra!
Where have I heard this voice before?
Now is the time for all to be affirmed. All will be mine. Resistance is futile.
Doing any damage at all? Not really. Ow.
Incredibly, you managed to trap the demon there.
This is like a little bit of damage.
Very well. Gravitas of the field that resides within Archive Origins.
The spectre opened a scroll and called forth a fairy from thin air. Using the magic of the fairy realm, this technique gave shape to the pain inside Cereza's heart.
Closing it. Up his ball.
Using Cereza's pain? What a cowardly trick! What's the matter? Don't tell me you're giving up already.
He probably tastes horrible. I better swallow him in one gulp. The demon was already licking his chops. But the spectre was unfazed. As he got to his feet, a faint smile crossed his lips.
I will show you, Jean. Give you a glimpse at what will happen if you continue along your current.
Jean and Charles found they were unable to move. The spectre had them in his spell. A moment later, a torrent of horrible visions began to flood into Jean's mind. It was a vision of Jean as a grown woman, dealt a fatal blow by an unknown assailant. Stop these stupid tricks! I'll rip you apart!
Jean, I have shown you a vision of things to come. If you do not distance yourself from that future will certainly find you. But this fate is not yet determined. Leave now, and it may yet be.
The spectre rose once again. Suspended mid-air, he looked down on them with his piercing gaze.
Archive Origin, you cannot resist much longer. Soon you will give me that which I desire. Then, finally, phenomenal affirmation will be realized.
I told you. You won't lay a finger on my Umbran sister!
That is,
Perhaps I was too soft.
Sylvanas' voice from World of
Witness your
Warcraft.
cruel fate
Has to
once
be.
more. too.
That pipsqueak made a promise to me she has yet to fulfill. You can't have her!
The beast gave a fierce roar.
Jean, you have seen what awaits you. Yet still, you...
I won't run away. I am going to be the strongest witch of...
You know what awaits. Yet still you struggle.
So it does do damage. Just attack him. We'll need our magic back. Ow. That really just hurt. Everybody.
Resistance is futile.
Yeah, wait till the ball's like almost on you and then go ahead and just roll that. And then get strategy. I think I can still bind them.
Stay away from me. Aren't you dying to see what comes next?
Oh yeah. Are you kidding me?
Stop playing with her memories, you monster!
I'm more focused on trying to dodge.
Jean, leave now. It is not too late.
You can take Cheshire can take all the hits from you, but you cannot take hits with Leon.
You pathetic demon. You think you're the best leader.
You do. Everybody.
Are you prepared to accept your fate, Jean?
Oh no. Get him, Cheshire. Come on, boss. You're getting the crap out of him.
Meaningless.
Come on, buddy. Do it more. Almost dead.
Resistance is futile.
I'm kind of like on my last life, though, so I do have to be careful what
It is not too late.
I'm like one hit away from not living anymore.
Are you prepared to accept your fate, Jean?
That was really Ooh, I rolled into that. Oh no, I'm dead. I mean, you have to restart the fight. That ends. Her strength having left her, Jean's soul faded away. Soon, all that remained in the forest were two lifeless toys. Okay. Got there. Having trouble in battle, consider changing enemy strength or damage taken. No way. Yeah, you can change the strength, obviously, as you can see, but this is basically like, I guess, what would be the equivalency of hard if this is normal, but it says this is normal. I mean, I could imagine how easy pushover would be if this is normal. Damage taken normal. You can't increase it beyond normal, but you could have it at normal. So, yeah. The game is like, you know, it's I would say the boss fights are a little bit challenging, but not impossible by any means. I'm just making mistakes.
Shaw, leave now. It is not too late.
Basically, yeah, you just want to try to dodge all of the attacks with Jean. Oh, the guy just went into it.
Incredible. You managed to grab the demon there. Are you prepared to accept your fate?
Try to get close to this item there, and then we're...
Aren't you dying to see what comes next?
this phase.
Stop playing with her memories, you monster!
Meaningless. Not get in my way. Resistance is futile.
So I think I dodged that, whatever. I feel like I dodged me.
Shaw, leave now. It is not too late. Stay away.
Whack him!
Our brave origins. Show us more.
Ow. So it doesn't. Okay.
Your tricks won't work anymore. Come on!
Are you prepared to accept
Very close to defeating this here. Realize it should be fine. They'll do their little thing here. Block him. That's the ends. Took me 2 tries. Alright, I wish I could have done it 1 try. I was being a little too greedy with my health there. Kind of sloppy there. Dang it, Charles, always getting caught in traps.
Perhaps I was not clear. I will achieve phenomenal affirmation.
Whatever that is.
The two of you altering that is a statistical impossibility.
The Spectre's right hand began to glow with an icy glimmer.
Yes, that is what you humans say in the face of defeat. And when those pleas go unanswered, that is when you witness true despair.
No! No!
Charles screamed out in agony. The spectral flames were slowly eating through his body, tearing him apart.
After I'm finished with him, you're next. I tried to warn you not to get involved. It's a pity you will not listen.
Cereza! Cereza! Do it!
Impossible. Arch-Eve Origin is under my spell. She will not wake again. Ever.
Cereza! Did you forget our promise? We swore to become stronger! Together! Keep your...
The room was flooded with a light as bright as the sun. For a moment, everything around them seemed to dissolve in the radiant glow.
What is happening? I can't imagine. Could she have awakened?
The Spectre's blood-curdling scream seemed to shatter the air itself.
This is unfathomable. John, you have made your choice. That fate is now immutable.
I will not fear my fate. Whatever may come, I will stand and face it!
His power extinguished, the Spectre's body flickered, then faded away. As if in response, cracks and fissures burst all around them, and the world began to crumble.
It's all falling apart. Was this all just his illusion?
The color had begun to return to Cereza's cheeks. She was not yet awake, but from the faint smile on her face, she appeared to be having a pleasant dream.
I think she'll be all right. They will be able to return to the forest. And it looks like my time is almost up.
Jean's body had grown faint. Her technique had reached its limit. Her traveling soul yearned to return to her body.
Well, Charles, which will it be?
Which? What do you mean, which?
Charles returned with a puzzled look.
I'm asking, will you go back to that tattered doll? Or shall I send you home to Inferno?
Charles blinked incredulously. Home to Inferno? This was something unexpected. Did Jean have such a power? For a moment, Charles simply stared at Jean, saying nothing. Finally, he spoke.
You think I'd trust you with that? Just keep it simple and put me back where you found me.
I see. But come on, you must like that body. Better than the lump of scraps Cereza drags around.
I hate them both the same.
Charles grumbled in his usual irritated manner.
Besides, you're too rough for my taste. At least the pipsqueak gives me a break once in a while.
That's so.
Seeing through his act, Jean smiled at the flustered demon. She used her Umbran arts to grant his wish and returned him to his former body.
Cheshire. There you are. I'm gone for a minute, and you get yourself lost again.
With a peaceful expression on her face, she gave Cheshire a big squeeze. Cheshire sighed and furrowed his brow. But somewhere deep down, he was relieved.
Farewell, Charles! No, Cheshire! And don't you dare tell Cereza what happened here. I mean it!
I don't take orders from humans, but you saved me back there. I suppose I can make an exception this once.
Cheshire added softly.
If I didn't know better, I'd swear I was talking to a human. Take care of my friend, Furball. Whatever lies ahead, I'll be ready. I'm going to be the strongest witch of all.
Thus concludes the adventure of Jean and Charles.
It was very nice. It took about
We have seen how Cereza and Cheshire's
maybe about
journey
45
went from
minutes.
here.
Yeah.
But what of Jean? What happened to her after learning of her fate? It may not be possible to change one's destiny. However, Jean's indomitable spirit and steadfast resolve will surely guide her down a true path. Let us wish her success in her journey and put this chapter away in a safe place. Forevermore, this story will remain our little secret.
Costume received Arc Eve Origin Jean and Charles costume. I have to go back to the New Game Plus. I'm gonna check. So those are the two extras we have. And we'll continue the. Well, let's look at the options. Game settings. Let's go to our final chapter, which is the auto in 5. Oh, it did an auto in 1, okay. Let's go here then. I just want to check out the costumes and kind of the new game plus content. So this is us entering the game after the final fight was beaten, so we'll see where we end up. We end up at Jade Hill, okay. Let's take a look at the archive. System. Options. You can actually set the damage to none, which is crazy. That means that you basically become invincible. Take a look at the learned skills here. Counter rush. And where's Cereza? So notice how like a lot of these require you to have the moon pearls or whatever to get you the final upgrades, which we did not get a lot of those. So I'm just trying to figure out where we get our costumes. That would be kind of cool if you unlock those. I don't know. It's not in the system. Archive? Status? Map? Looks like an unexploited map. Maybe we have to go over here. This is New Game Plus, or what's basically like the going back to the game trying to get 100% completion. A round jewel possessing the power of a moon, source of every witch's strength, enhances the ability of any witch who finds it, allows Cereza to unlock powerful skills. There's somewhere west from the forest. Please. That's up. To see this costume. So curious now. Where do we get these? This is the New Game Plus features. There'll be extra stuff.
Oh, I'm exhausted.
Okay, so it's in the preparations menu. Costumes. Great. Yes. There's actually quite a few of them. Okay, costumes and costumes. In the costume menu, you can change Cereza and Cheshire's outfit for the journey. Drop by to spice things up sometimes. Brave witch. The young witch journeyed to Avalon in hopes of saving her mother. It's a faithful meeting with the demon. Right eye.
Yes!
Taken from 500 years somewhere, she is the first prisoner of fate. Takes control of her destiny. That's cool. After standing against all odds and finding her true self, I'll surely be reunited with my only prince.
Guess that's okay.
Yes!
That looks really cool. Let's try Cheshire. Yeah. Princess Braids resolved. New chapter. Okay. So it looks like there are only a handful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that you basically unlock after you beat the 2 modes of the story. And then there's additional 3 Cheshire costumes that you can unlock. Arm, Dreadful Great Slip, Bandage Mode, Defaults. Alright, so that was very cool. I'm gonna save the game here, and then we shall probably call it a stream. I'll be back though. We're gonna do a 100% run eventually. I wanted to work on that. I'd like to do a playthrough of this game just to showcase that. We're at, so you can see where we completed the game. So this is the post-game content. Put you at 79% completion. So there's still a good chunk of the game left. We have not beaten because we have not gotten all of the unlocks. So basically, it's, if you go to the map here, we go to zoom out. Where is the region view? So you can see there's like a lot of the game here. You can go to these little maps. 0 out of 1 Infernal Fruits, 0 out of 1 Wisp. You have 4 Tier Nogs complete still, and 2 Infernal Fruits, and 1 Moon Pearl, and 4 Wisps. So there's a lot of stuff to complete in some of these levels. And, that's what we'll need to go back and do next. But after that, we've completed the main story. I think I'm going to call it good for now, but I will be back. So thank you so much for watching, those of you who did, and I will see you probably tomorrow. Not later tonight. Peace out. Thank you for watching.